chairman of the All Progressive Congress APC in Rivers State, Chief Tony Okocha, has accused the suspended governor, Fubara, of a lack of commitment to genuine reconciliation with conflicting factions and disgruntled lawmakers in the oil-rich state. Okocha made the statement during a news conference in Abuja on Tuesday. In March, President Bola Tinubu declared a state of emergency in Rivers State. He also announced the suspension of Governor Fubara and the dissolution of the State House of Assembly in a national broadcast. Meanwhile, the president nominated retired Vice Admiral Ibok Ete Ibas as the administrator to oversee the state affairs for the first 6 months. Reflecting on the situation in the South-South states, the Rivers APC chairman emphasized that the suspended governor is unwilling to engage with the aggrieved lawmakers. He said, "I can confirm that there is no reconciliation effort currently on the way in Rivers." The suspended governor, Fubara, has not made any move to reconcile with the lawmakers. Only genuine reconciliation can save him from impeachment as the Supreme Court judgment stands. Asked for his comment on Fubara's recent visits to President Tinubu to seek peace and rumored defection into APC, Okocha, who said he was not aware of the axed governor's romance with the ruling party, declared that defection won't save him from the wrath of those he has sinned against. Fubara's suspension and the declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers State had no business whatsoever with politics. It was about his misdemeanor, and I said to you that he said that the president saved his job by declaring the state of emergency. Don't forget that the Supreme Court in its judgment had said that there was no government in Rivers State. So if there was no government in Rivers State, something must be done, and that which happened was the declaration of the state of emergency. He continued that if Fubara decides to join the APC, it has nothing to do with the state of emergency in Rivers State. His sins cannot be forgiven because he came to our party. It is not true. He has not spoken to me. He will enter the party through the door, not through the window. Not only him, there are procedures for defection to another party. And if he claims to be a politician, he will know that all politics is local. He will try and defect in his ward. From there, it will come to us. And my ward chairman, I have asked, nobody brought any information about him entering the APC. The CAM challenge will be to provide proof of how the federal government or the APC was responsible for the crisis. What are your thoughts on this report?
You know, in as much as naturally I've not agreed with Chief Tony Okocha on his stand on Rivers crisis.
Okay.
But just as it is with my person, wherever I see greatness or truth, I salute it, irrespective of who carries it. So coming to the peace moves by the suspended governor, I don't think I have been a pro-Fubara, but I have made my point clear that as long as Fubara is people-oriented in his governance, I will stand behind him. But anytime he goes contrary to that, I will still at least lift my whip on his back in my own way. Now, looking at the crisis that rocked Rivers State, that ousted him from office for some time, I've not seen him show good works in terms of restoring peace. Yeah.
Okay.
Some people
are
let
there
him.
expectations you had of him?
Yeah. Number one step was that now you fought with someone and the person threw you down and somehow put some sand in your mouth and eye, and you got off and you are still wanting to fight. You're either showing your ego or refusing to accept the fight that you have been defeated. Yes, in that fight with Nyesom Wike, because I have not seen Fubara as having issues with the 27 lawmakers. They were all friends. To me, I believe that he had issue with Nyesom Wike, his political godfather. And now that Wike has come also...
But when he had to deliver the budget, he wasn't delivering it.
No, I'm coming. But then I'm done with my analysis. I'll connect it.
Okay.
You know, when Wike had a media pilot just recently, he said, I have no problem with my political godson, Fubara. But I have problem with those who were hiding behind Fubara to fight me. And I will fight them to finish. Now that Fubara has been suspended and not impeached, and he has come to plead with some APC governors, yeah, I'll forgive him. Wike has shown that sign. But I have not seen Fubara, Governor Fubara, following or pushing towards ensuring that complete peace. Because if he settles with Wike can now make a call, and few of these people will come. All of them, they know where they normally meet. They will meet there where they used to meet, and say, he don't come, he said this, he said that, and before you know, they settle, and they begin now to restructure. How do we move forward?
Right.
And one of the way forward is let him return and finish this tenure. Once we can say let him return and finish this tenure, Martin Samuel will say, "Okay, is that what you say?" He say, "Yes, allow him to finish." But now, in finishing your tenure, this is what goes to this is what goes to that, this is how you put it, and things will be settled on a table, and everyone returns. So looking at the angle Tony Okocha was coming, he has actually spoken like a politician, which he had to garnish his words with some statements that sound heavy. And he has also said that if President Tinubu makes the mistake of returning Governor Fubara without achieving a comprehensive peace, the same problem he wanted to solve will continue.
Right.
Do you see to that? And looking at the angle where he said that if Fubara, even though Fubara defects to APC, that his sins will not be forgiven. You remember Adams Oshomale's slogan, if you come to APC, where he was the national chairman, once you come to APC, your sins are forgiven. So the chairman of APC in Rivers State has said that even though Fubara, so it's like Fubara has sinned against the Holy Spirit, according to my where his sins cannot be. But I know that if Fubara succeeds in clearing issues with Nyesom Wike, even Tony Okocha will bow.
All right.
Because, sorry, just 1 minute. The area where he said that the stakeholders had not been met. Remember, Nyesom Wike is of PDP, Fubara is of PDP, Tony Okocha is of APC. The 27 lawmakers were PDAPC. And Tony Okocha said that the stakeholders, the question I want to find out from Tony Okocha, who are the stakeholders? Is it PDP executive, both ward, local government and state,
right,
or APC executive from ward, local government and state, or who? If he can be able to tell us who are these stakeholders, or is it Rivers people, the Rivers elite, the Rivers electorates,
right,
the Rivers indigenous or citizens, who are these stakeholders that must be met and appeased before a comprehensive peace will be achieved in Rivers State?
Thank you so much for your insight
You're welcome.
on the report. Let's move to Honorable Kingsley. I know that you have a lot to say.
First and foremost,
Right.
he called the assembly members PDAPC, which means he don't even...
Is that where you want to begin?
I want to start from there.
Okay.
Which means he doesn't even believe in the Supreme Court judgment that said these guys never defected. They're members of their own party, the
Right.
PDP. And so I will start from the point that those assembly members are members of who? PDP.
As stipulated by the Supreme Court.
The same party with the governor.
Okay.
Let me also say that the major stakeholders Tony Okocha was talking about, the governor knows them. Those who brought him to power, he knows all of them. They are not hidden. If you want me to begin to mention them, I will mention all their names. He himself knows. When you talk about political
he doesn't know because he asks.
He know, like I said before, he's always speaking by bias. The political stakeholders in this state who are members of the PDP, not the APC. I am a member of the APC. We are not part of their crisis.
Okay.
Are you hearing me?
Right.
We are not part of their crisis. We're only saying what we see from the crisis, that the governor is not doing well. But for the PDP, they know the major stakeholders. He himself knows that he met all those stakeholders before they agreed that he should run for governorship, and he was meeting them throughout the period of campaign till he became governor. So if he is actually ready for peace, he knows them. He has to go and meet them. Now, the FCT minister has said, if after he had the press interview where he made mention that his problem is not the governor, but those persons who never wanted a governor, but today are now running around the governor. After that period, he made another press statement where he said that the governor is not sincere and not ready for reconciliation. We had him. It was the whole world had him. And so we all know, in fact, it was that day that he said it was only once that the governor Sim had visited him with 3 former governors. He said that. And since then, he has not seen him. And Governor Sim is thinking that his lot will be abandoned, his challenges will end the moment he meets God, Tinubu. The same God, Tinubu, he said that he will never obey, that what they are looking for is red biro. This red biro is what they are looking for. Today, I have it. It's not the red biro. He decided not to follow the peace pact that was made by the president. Even his own people, the Pan-Def group, went to court, challenged the 8-point agenda that the president initiated. Now, when Supreme Court gave judgment, they ran back to the president and started begging after they said they will not agree. And today, they want the president to do what? To recall Sim. Now, let's assume and without concede that president now recalls Sim. Will that end the crisis?
According to Tony Okocha, he said
it will never end the crisis. It will be a more serious problem, right? Because the president even nipped the challenge in the bud by what he did. And people are saying, hey, the president has removed democracy. Was there democracy before the president announced the emergency?
Well, there was democracy after the Supreme Court judgment.
There was no democracy. Because for a year and 6 months, there was no assembly.
I mean, after the Supreme Court judgment.
Were they allowed to sit? Where were they sitting? They were hiding. Because the place that were meant for them to sit had been demolished out of anger. A leader is not supposed to operate like that. And so I think that the suspended governor has a lot to do. If he's sincere, like the FCC minister has said, he should come out sincerely. And he told him that if you are not sincere, we will also give you the insincere approach you want. But we can't continue like that in Rivers State. It's costing us so much. And I feel that if the governor has said that he is the one who wears the shoe, like he told his people, that he knows where the shoe is pitching him, he should come up openly and tell us where the shoe is pitching him, so we can help him if he's not able to help himself. We can't continue like this. You are not running to the president every day. And the major challenge I see this governor having is that he doesn't have control over his supporters. Their body language, the statements they make everywhere, doesn't show that they're even ready for reconciliation. Everywhere you see them, they boast. They are okay. As I speak with you now, they're telling us that June 12th, the president must return the governor. June 12th. June 12th is tomorrow. It's everywhere on the social media. June 12th, June 12th, June 12th. And now the governor, as a leader, should have this quality of communication skills and have the temerity to talk to his followers and then listen to him. That's one adage in my place. They said, where a child stands.
But the people has they do have free will of speech. His followers.
Free will of speech.
Right.
When their body language shows that they're not even ready for the peace. Who now will be those that will be with him in the peacemaking?
But then the governor has been going on this trip. He went to see Minister Wike at some point.
Just once.
He has gone to see the president at some point in a bid to broker peace. His followers didn't follow him.
Let me let you know this.
Right.
Those who are following Nyesom Wike, if they begin to follow the way those who follow him are behaving, there'll be crisis in this state. Have you seen them in their outings? Almost every day, they show off because they stole so much money. You can imagine where 800 billion was appropriated for agriculture and no one place that they did one thing for agriculture for the illegal budget. 800 billion. The other one, 300 and something billion. Nothing was done. Now, when you now take a deeper look into other areas of that budget, the 2024 and 2023 budget, you can pick holes. That's why you can see these little younger boys who were given little opportunity by him. The way they throw money, the way they ban this, if you see them outside, and so they talk like nobody is anybody. Now, for the fact that the governor had met the president, so everybody, in fact, they will tell that Wike can go to hell. Those who brought me him as governor can go to hell because the president, the same president, they said what he said was not constitutional. Today, that president should be the one now. If the president calls back Sim today, Sim will be impeached the next day. Because the assembly is made up of majorly those who are against him. Like he said, if you are fighting a war and you've been defeated, you have sand all over your body. What you do when you wake up is, first of all, when you stand up, dust your body. Then look for how you make peace. Because that person who threw you down will see throw you down again if you don't make peace.
And that is what the governor has done.
And he has not done nothing. That you went to Yesumuke once. Now, what were the issues that were handled that day?
Now, how long?
What did you discuss?
How long do you think this conflict is supposed to take to resolve? I mean, if I have an issue with you and we sit down together and we, put everything on the table and we talk about it, does it have to be continuous?
That is exactly what I expected the governor to tell us. You met with Yesumuke once. What were the things people agreed?
The outcomes.
What were the outcomes? Why haven't you followed up from that point? Is Yesumuke the only person involved in this peacemaking? We have 27 assembly members. We have major stakeholders, the senators, the House of Rep members, and not other major stakeholders in this state who belongs to your party, who are not boys. These men made sacrifices. Some of them got forms, wanted to contest for the same position with you. And because of arrangement and agreement, they shielded their swords and supported you. And you think those persons are not important? You think so? There are so many of them who are supposed to be that governor that he became. And these persons made sacrifices. They pulled out for one reason or the other. And now you no longer see them as anybody. And now you say you want to talk about peace. Without them, without the peace, there won't be any peace. We have senators in this state who are from the same party with you. By virtue of their position as senators, they are senior men. In the level of political, they are senior to you. Even to the minister. By political hierarchy. You are not aware that senators are senior in hierarchy to governors and ministers. That political hierarchy. Because they went to the Senate doesn't mean they are weaklers or they can't be governors. You don't value anybody. You not think that, okay, when I run to the same president, you said what he said was wrong. Today is the one who will bring you. I think it will not work that way.
So you're supporting Tony Okocha's motion?
Completely, wholeheartedly. In fact, of course, you know that Tony Okocha understands the workings of government. He was a chief of staff to the governor in this state. And so there is nothing he doesn't know in governance, especially in Rivers State. And so when he's talking from an informed mind. Not that he's the chairman of a political party, the major opposition political party in this state, and the leading party in this country. He's also a representative of the NDDC in the side, in Rivers State. So the information that he has, some of us do not have it. And so when he's talking from an informed mind. And so when he says that the governor, what he's doing is wrong, he understands what is happening. And I want to join him to say that if the governor thinks that the president will just announce and he returns, he's making a mistake.
Right.
He's making a mistake.
He
has a lot to do, especially the body language that he is showing, exuding, and the body language of his followers are nothing to write home about. He should think about it and do what is right.
Thank you so much, Herman.